I'm seeing more and more contractors now who at some point got into this state of, there's so many new things, let's start adopting technology without really thinking about that long term that they're going to, what are we going to do with this? And not just what are we going to do with the tech, what are we going to do with the data? Like what are the decisions that we want to make based on this information? And as everybody's starting to get more mature with their construction technology adoption, they're more empowered to really make those, to ask those questions. And it's a really cool change because 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, you didn't see as many people asking those questions and thinking about it that way. And when you went, what's your data strategy? They'd shrug, they go, what is a data strategy? And I go, that's the first problem. And people get overwhelmed. They go, oh, I have so much data. Pick a small spot, pick a little area, you go, what do we want to do with safety? What do we want to do with one aspect of technology? Iterate, and then you prove your case, and then you get to bring it to all the different aspects of the project. And it's fun, it's awesome. Like, I'm obviously very excited right now.
I think 3 S's: safety, security, and schedule. Those are the things that we're trying to solve for. And those are things I think that we can focus on using these types of technology.
And what stages of construction now are these bringing value? And I want to think from both the contractor's perspective and then also the owner's perspective. Waleed, do you have any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So from a owner and a contractor perspective, specifically in the use case of augmented reality, the value comes in during the construction side of things, right? And essentially what I mean by that is that if you're an owner, you want assurances that your GC is able to deliver as per design and as per schedule. So you really want it from day one itself, right? So civil work's taking place, you want to ensure that everything that's going into the ground is in the exact location as it should be, right? Last thing you want is, for example, we've seen it on project sites where fiber pop-up cables are 500 mil off. And, if you look at the ultimate cost to the client for that issue, we're talking about, £100,000 per fiber pop-up. And so for them, it's critical right on the offset that they set the tone in terms of good quality of works. And then from the GC perspective, ultimately it's in their best interest as well, right? If they can help ensure that their supply chain is building as per design, well, that de-risks the schedules for them, so they can ensure that they can actually meet their handover exactly as they signed up for in the contract. And so that's where the real value comes in for augmented reality. And then all throughout this process as well, steel goes up, MEP kicks off, fit out takes place, and even handover. And then a lot of times that we get questions about is, can we come in during the FM stage as well, right? You've provided a very accurate digital twin now. How can we leverage that for the remaining life cycle of that specific asset?
And that's what those progressive owners are thinking right now. And I love talking to them because they're thinking about it in a very different way. And it's so different from where we were at before, where now you go, okay, how do I run this for the entire life of my project? Or now it's not a project, it's just my building. And if you keep that up to date, if you're actually still adding new nuanced data into that digital twin that you've created now, and your owner knows what they're actually thinking about there for the long term of the project, is huge. And also, if the owner doesn't necessarily have the skills to do that, the general contractor has an opportunity to build that relationship with the owner because they've gone in and gone, hey, I've built this digital twin. Do you want somebody to keep it updated for you?
Absolutely. And I think specifically when, at least in kind of our experience at XYZ, is that a lot of our clients are data center clients, right? And that's by no means an accident either, because they're just by their nature kind of techs in their DNA. They're, if you look at their assets as well, they have to kind of go through a retrofit program every 4 years. So they're really looking at this in a lot of detail and in terms of how we can optimize and create more efficiencies in the delivery, such that the next time they go through a retrofit program, they're even better. They can fit more in. How do we optimize space? So the owners are the ones we've seen really driving the agendas, and the GCs are putting their hands up and going, hey, we're about this too. Like, we want to be the ones leading it on our side. Yeah. So it's been a really interesting journey the last kind of 4 years, kind of seeing how the pandemic has also hyper accelerated that too.
Yeah, we had this weird forced situation where suddenly they go, it's not safe to have all these people on site. We don't want everybody traveling. And construction is oftentimes, contractors like to be third to the finish line, not in the fact that they don't want to finish the race, but they like watching 1 and 2 prove the concept. And then number 3 goes, cool, that works. I will take it and adopt it as well now. It's an interesting ecosystem.